Monster Mash once reigned supreme on the Billboard charts. Bobby Boris Pickett reached number 1 on the Hot 100 in 1962, just before
1962.
Halloween hit the charts again in 1973. But this time in August, you might even say it was a graveyard smash.
Okay, so I was discussing this song recently. I saw a TikTok video about it, about that song and how it's writing itself. Because,
Yeah?
like, in the beginning, they're talking about how the people playing the instruments are coming in. So it's a song about people playing a song that hasn't been written yet.
So, yeah, because isn't it? He's talking about Drac quitting the band, and then they join back up, and then I don't know, because the Mash was the hit. No, so they were. Wouldn't the Monster Mash already be a hit? They said it was a hit around the land. I'm so confused by this. We need to analyze these lyrics. Now I'm upset. Now I'm upset by this whole thing.
Bobby, Boris, Pickett, and the Crypt Kickers. That's the band's official name.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. Okay, so all right, the first verse is, I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. Okay, so what that tells me is
he's doing a dance.
Well, this is, so who's telling the story? We're establishing who's telling the story. It's Victor Frankenstein, I guess, or
presumably.
Well, I think you call him Boris in it, so I think it's Boris basically just saying he created a monster like Frankenstein.
Okay.
So, and then that monster woke up and began to just start dancing. Whatever. All right. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, to the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. So,
gross.
Yeah, I know that was a really obscene way of just saying they all came over for a party.
Sure, that's what it means.
And then they all just together. So what is the mash then? What is this monster?
The mash is a dance, right? Okay, so they're doing a dance. The monsters all come over.
Is it a dance? Or is this a monster sex orgy?
Yes. You might be right.
Because you might be right. He got jealous. We're getting there. Let's do the next one. The zombies were having fun. Of course they were. The party had just begun, of course. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son, which is horrible. Were you going to bring your son? I don't care if he's even of age. You don't bring your son to a monster sex orgy. You don't do it.
Rules to live by from Mick.
Don't bring your son to a monster sex orgy ever, or your daughter. Don't do it. The scene was rocking. All were digging the sounds. Oh, what sounds? Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. So what that says to me is Igor is the dominatrix in this, right? And then you have, so Igor and his hounds are probably, some poor werewolves who are just trying to get in on the action. The Coffin Bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Keeper 5. Now we've added,
great name for a band, by the way.
We have the band coming in. Now the band is clearly down to get into it with this orgy, this rock sex monster orgy that we have going on here.
From the sense of this being a song about a song that's being written as it's being played.
Yes.
It does say they played the mash in this next lyric. And they changed this. It changed the chorus and it says they played the mash. So presumably the Monster Mash is a song and a dance, because then Drac says, what happened to my Transylvanian twist?
Well, let's not skip ahead, because I want to say, out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. So Drac was not partaking. Drac came to this party. He's not from there.
Yep.
He came to the party with his son. So his son's down to get down, but I guess he locked himself in his coffin. That makes sense. And then, so I see what you're saying. Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? He's pissed because his Transylvania twist was a high sex maneuver that everybody loved.
Or that, yeah, sure. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that live. Never mind. I'm not making that joke.
He's like, he wants to just bring back the twist. He's like, it was fun.
Right.
Why are we changing it? Why are we mashing now?
But now Everything's cool. Drax part of the band.
No,
So
no,
it
no,
is a
no.
band.
Don't skip it because they change it again.
Oh, they
It's
do. Oh, they
now
do.
the Monster Mash. So they took the Transylvania twist and made it it's the same maneuver. It's the same maneuver, Destiny.
Okay. So they took a song. They wrote a song. He wrote a song about taking a song and changing it into another song in the middle of a monster sex orgy. Is what we're learning. No. Okay.
He had a monster sex orgy, and through that was inspired to write a song
and play it live.
Because the Crypt Keepers were there anyway. After they got some, they decided to play and party all night. Now everything's cool. Drek is a part of the band, so he's back in the orgy. And my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. They rebranded and it worked. And
of course.
It's just, and now it's becoming sex orgies everywhere.
When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. So underground.
Then you can exclusive. Monster Mash. So it's a secret monster sex orgy party.
You'll catch on in a flash.
You have to tell them that Boris sent you. That's the password to get into the monster sex orgy party. You can find
the last lyric.
Easy, Igor, you impetuous young boy.
And then more groaning noises and mash good. That's how that song ends. If anybody has actually bothered to listen to the whole thing.
I want it noted that I'm right and this is true. And you should listen to Werewolf Bar Mitzvah because it's better.
Well, my new favorite quote from you is "Don't bring your son to a monster sex orgy." So that's going on.
Never do it. I would never do it. That would be a great one. I think I'll make a meme. All right,
make sure you look very stoic in the picture in that outfit, but you look like somebody's painted an oil portrait of you, but you're wearing that